Hello.
Is that the outro bit at the very end?
How I said that I wasn't
Sure.
gonna do it. Welcome to Surprise Synopsis, the podcast where we take a random trope and we each draw a genre out of a hat and create for you a plot to a film.
A film.
Film.
I love my films. On my left of Lucy, I have Damiano.
Hello. Oh, buongiorno. Arrivederci.
And on my right, we have Harley.
That's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming to my home.
Wait.
It's humble, yet small. We are very high and very warm.
In altitude, as she means.
Yeah, I wish. No, we're like on the third floor and it's honestly 6 billion degrees. Not exaggerating.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Literally
Yeah.
6 billion degrees.
Fahrenheit,
yeah.
Celsius, 6 billion.
I just checked the thermometer. It is absolute hot.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, then stop doing numbers and it's just like, it's just notches now.
See,
It's
I
like,
was
you
going
know.
to say, I checked the thermometer. It melted.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hope you didn't get thermometer juice burns.
I checked the thermometer. It had been turned into a plasma. The hottest of states.
Well, I tried my best. Previously on Surprise Synopsises.
Dun, dun, dun.
I didn't do it deep. Previously on Surprise Synopsises.
There you go.
That was a bit deep.
That's a good one.
I need to get in the middle. I'll work on it.
All right. Point at someone and tell them to cast their stuff. All right, so mine...
Harley, cast your thing.
All right. I'll cast my weird political thriller Disney princess adopted story.
So you're going to need a princess and a vizier.
Okay, well, since she's 12 and we only know one actress in that age range, all right, all together now, 3, 2, 1. Kiernan Shipka! She played Don Draper's daughter and is Sabrina.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the one actress we keep using and
Yeah, I forget her name.
someone who's between 10 and 20.
What about the chick that's in the Pig movie?
You'll have
Babe?
to be ever so
Yeah.
slightly more specific.
I think she's probably too old now.
But
That's,
she's so skinny and little, I reckon we could push it off.
Babe's a pretty old film now. Like, that
Yeah, but have
pig's
you
definitely
seen her
dead.
recently? What's her name?
I have no clue.
She's like a really famous kid actor.
Dakota Fanning?
Yeah, Dakota Fanning.
I don't know who that is.
Get fucked. You don't know who Dakota Fanning is.
I don't.
Nah, I'm off ya. Alright, I don't even care what yours is.
Shit. Do I not...
I haven't cast the vizier yet.
Oh, no, I'm still triggered. Whatever. Alright, do it. I'm not going to be happy about it though because I'm so triggered with Damien.
All right, just we've got
My casting's off.
This is the first time, but we've got some late breaking news.
Yes?
My sister's just texted in because she can hear us recording the podcast, and she suggested Millie Bob Brown of Stranger Things and soon to be Godzilla fame for the princess, and that's good work, Emily. Nice job. So now we know 2 actresses in that age range.
It's good to hear from listeners.
Whether they want to or
That's-
not,
that was-
they're listening.
That was very prompt feedback. If you would like to give feedback almost equally as prompt, hit us up on the social medias.
Yeah. And for the vizier, we need someone who can act, who can, discard their beautiful Hollywood exterior and really play down the ugliness of what they're doing.
Carl Stefanovic.
Jamie Foxx.
Those are 2 widely varied suggestions, each in their own unique ways. We'll cast Kevin Spacey, but we won't tell people, just so when he appears, people will naturally hate him.
Nice.
Just boo, Spacey,
Yeah.
boo.
Yeah.
And we won't pay him.
No.
We'll promise him money and give him, like, Monopoly money.
Yeah.
We'll give him an IOU.
And
Yeah.
we'll
Just
market
one
it
Mackie
as an
burger.
Andy comeback performance.
Alright. Mr. I don't know who Dakota Fanning is. What do you want in your play?
I'm going to cast Dakota Fanning as my as my protagonist.
Choice.
I feel like I really sullied the whole activity by doing that.
Who's her plucky platonic friend?
Damien.
I can't recast myself. This is getting
You're
quite.
on a roll.
This is getting out of control.
Double dip on those funds.
So I need a young lad. I'll just get an unknown for that. Just because I don't want him to be like someone good looking.
Yeah.
So we just needed
Someone like
some
Boy
ug-
Next Door.
some uggo.
Yeah.
What about that little
Rupert
blonde
Grint
kid
needs
that
some
plays
work.
the king in the Dragon movie show?
He's a little old for
Wow,
me.
triggered.
He's a bit
victimised.
he's a bit mature. And we get old Catherine Zeta-Jones for the mother.
Yep.
Ooh.
She could nail it.
Wait,
Kinky.
normal Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Age appropriate.
Age appropriate Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah.
Oh,
All right, what did I do again? Oh, Jesus.
The
so
post-apocalyptic
who's playing
Jesus is terrible.
Who's an allegory for Jesus?
Rupert fucking Grint.
Okay, I fucking knew it was coming.
I've been saving it, and this is perfect. He is my Jesus, and so he shall play Jesus. And his dad shall be Carl Stefanovic. And his mum will be Lisa, and it'll be like awkward on set. but
Lisa
it'll be-
Wilkinson.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad that you're
Beef,
double
beef,
downing
beef.
on this because now I don't feel so weird about my state political thriller because you just named two somewhat obscure, somewhat popular Australian television hosts.
They're both
Trope.
wildly inappropriate for your...
They don't even talk to each other.
All right, Rupert Grint, we've got this great new project for you. You'll be playing Jesus. All right, who will be playing opposite? Carl Stefanovic and Lisa Wilkinson. Who the bloody hell are they?
Oh, trust me, you're going to hate the off-screen chemistry.
Yeah.
But
It's
don't worry,
real hostile.
The check hasn't bounced. Good enough for me, mate.
After that sick note, probably needs it. It wasn't his great. I loved it and I watched it, but even I was like, God damn it, this isn't great.
Sure.
Okay,
Right.
you are our official, because I am the leader of this podcast, so
Yes.
I shall be deciding that we are now picking the trope.
Okay. Right.
I like how he offered the hat to me, but then went back to Damien anyway. He
Damien
always
is-
gets to pick the
Yeah,
trope.
exactly. That's his thing. He has to do one thing and
God,
just
I
pick
really
the hat.
enjoy not being host. This is fun. Is this how you guys always feel?
Yeah, basically. But except, like, we go home and don't edit, whereas
Yeah.
you're going to stay here and edit till the wee
Yeah.
hours of the morning.
I come do this and then I just have to do whatever.
I just go home and sleep. It's great. Just don't have to think about it.
What's sleep like, you guys?
And then just rake in the likes.
Sleep anymore.
Our trope, guys,
Ooh.
is snowed in for winter.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Okay.
alright.
So we've, people trapped
Yep.
kind of in a close environment. I guess it wouldn't have to be for winter. You could be like sand snowed in for summer or whatever. But like,
Okay.
all trapped together.
I'm sorry,
I
is this
feel like
your
you-
podcast? You just changing the trope?
No, but it's my trope, so I'm just like,
No, no,
that's...
They're all your tropes.
Alex, I think it's more insidious. I think Damien's priming us for Sandstorm because there's some historical sandstorm he wants to use to trap his characters.
Guys, I don't always use historical settings.
Yeah, but it physically hurts you when you don't. All right, Harley,
Yes?
you are our first gentleman caller. Please, please pick a thingy from the hattie.
I mean, Synopso is more accurate but less.
Gentlemen, synopsis.
All right, I've gotten stoner comedy.
Oh yeah? Snowed in for winter. Stoner comedy.
It's quite long. It's
Yeah,
like all
thank
of
you.
Mine.
All right, stoner comedy, snowed in for winter. All right, so we're in one of the American states that legalized weed because somehow rural Colorado is more progressive than Australia.
Yeah, we're in Colorado.
And it's wintry time, so it's going to start snowing soon. And all right. 4 friends. We've got...
Chandler, Joey,
Do you want to get sued?
Phoebe.
Don't finish the sentence, Alex. You want to get sued.
and Claire.
Ding 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 ding.
Legally differentiable Rachel Green. 4 friends, and they're in a car, and they're driving down the road, and they get out the weed store, and this is a great opportunity for them to like look at the different strains or whatever. I am a chemist, but I do not know how illicit drugs works. I'm sorry. I'm just going to wing it.
I think
Then-
illicit's a bit harsh for
Yeah,
weed.
they're not illicit if it's legal. It's just licit.
Like,
It's lit.
Oh!
Kill me. I'm just talking for the rest of this podcast.
I'm Australian. We've been forced into that mindset that drugs are bad. Okay.
If you disagree with Harley's stance on drugs, feel free to reach it.
For weed legalization, it'll bring in so much tax money, and it's less harmful than alcohol.
Wow, who's playing with the microphone now? Harley.
Don't hit the mic, Harley.
It's my microphone.
Stop playing with the microphones.
Weed is less harmful than alcohol, and if that's where we're drawing the line, it should be fucking legal.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, I've been in some states on alcohol. Like, I've been on Continue.
Okay, so they're examining the different strains of weed, and they're, we get to see their personalities. They all have different quirks and stuff, and they all make their purchases. And the cashier, who's a top mate, gives them a free lighter because he's like, "Oh, you don't want to be out without a lighter. That snow's getting pretty heavy, hey?" And like, "Yeah, mate, sure." And so they
Snow. It's summer.
Stop trying to make sandstorms work. They're not going to work.
Damn it.
So
Sandstorm.
They drive home and they stop by a fast food chain and pile up on calories, and then they drive home just as the snow's getting really hard. And
Not sand.
Oh, all right.
I get it.
all right, you can grill him in his pitch, Alex.
I'll grill everyone in everyone's pitches.
I know you do anyway.
I think it was stupid of you to try and turn it onto you because now I'm just focused on you again.
Well, congratulations, aren't you lucky? So they get back to the house and they just make it inside as the snow really comes down. There's a bit of hail, a bit of sleet, whatever. And they're like, "Whoa, well, at least we got supplies, everyone." So then hijinks ensue. They get blasted or high or whatever you do on weed, and then they sort of come out of their haze a little bit and like, "Oh man, I really need to go outside right now and take a walk." And then they open the door and there's covered in snow because they're snowed in. And they're like, "Well, dude, I guess we're snowed in." And then
That was a lot.
Roll credits. Harley's hit the 2 marks.
Yeah.
We're done here.
and then they sort of come to the realization that, oh, we're actually snowed in.
Yep.
And then there's some hijinks of high people trying to operate the TV. One of them finds a radio, and they get the breaking news: a massive snowstorm has hit Colorado. Be prepared, folks, for a long one. Whatever. And then so we have some more hijinks as they start doing things to entertain themselves, as the snacks slowly run out, and the drugs slowly run out, and they're starting to sober up, but they're trying to find more and more zany ways to entertain themselves. Until they've gotten to the stage where they're duct taping Hot Wheels to the bottom of their feet and skating around the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hilarious until one of them slips over and breaks their neck.
Oh.
Yep. And then they're like, "Oh my god, is he dead?" But then the other friend is like, "Oh my god, I need to deal with this." So they pull out some more weed because they've been keeping some. And then so they share it around and just, oh my god. So they're trying to deal with it by taking the drugs. And then it turns into sort of a black comedy as one of the friends is bumping off all the other ones.
Bumping them off?
Yeah,
killing them?
Yeah. So it turns into a black comedy. Black stoner comedy.
You just real struggle with comedy. You're like, nah, this is got to be a drama.
So wait. So you think
I want drama.
So you think the type of film stoners are going to appreciate is like, hey, what if your stoner friends are plotting to kill you? Like, you think that's going to play well with stoners?
Genius.
There's a paranoia element at play here.
Comedy gold. It's just the
Black
reactions
comedy.
of everyone who watches
And
it.
it gets down to 2 friends, and one of them's like, "Well, I didn't kill them, so you had to." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right." So he puts his arms out, starts zombie walking towards him, and it's a bit of tension until the other 2 friends sneak up behind the friend who thinks the other one's going to kill him, like, "Boo!" and shock him. And it turns out this has just been a hilarious prank.
I would be absolutely spiraling into hella
Yeah.
Like, the whole point is to play up the trope of weed paranoia.
Oh, yeah.
Double down on it twisting to a black comedy, but then it turns into just a regular.
They were just messing with him. Yeah.
Yeah. And
then the park ranger, shovel first, emerges from a snow tunnel and rescues them?
I was going to go with well, you frightened me half to death. I think I'm done with weed for a while, but I sure am hungry. Oh, look, I've got some popcorn. So they go, and this is America, so they have that weird stovetop popcorn. So they cook it.
With the metal bit over the pan? I think it's called a pop filter.
Sure. Damn it. Sorry. Oh, yep. 1 band coin. Congratulations. You've done well. That's a good joke.
Cha-ching.
And then because he's still coming off the drugs, he leaves the popcorn, gets distracted, and then the stovetop just catches fire, but there's a window there, so it ends up melting apart through the snow, and then someone who sobers up puts a blanket over the fire, and like, oh look, a way out.
So the popcorn pops a hole to escape.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
That is the most stoner movie escape idea I've ever heard.
And then they're all just standing on the roof because like the snow's come up to the roof level, just in the midday Colorado sun.
Just eating popcorn.
And they're just eating popcorn, and one of them's like, hey, I found a joint. And they're like, hell yeah, light them up. Yeah. So that's my stoner comedy snowed in adventure.
Yeah, that makes it. Yeah. That scans.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like
And
don't be afraid to ask what things are. Like when I asked what the Jesus thing was. Like, did you know what a stoner comedy
Yeah,
was?
no, I
when
know
you
what a
started?
stoner... I've seen Dude, Where's My Car?
So you just like forgot. You're just like, nah, murder.
Well...
You're like, you know what? I want to give these people such bad paranoia that they
I'm not
stab
trying
their
to
friends before the end of the
rail
movie.
against the format, but I feel like stoner comedy is something where I can go, oh, they get snowed in, they have drugs, they run out of drugs, they have food, then they run out of food, last about.
No, it's fine. It's a Scooby-Doo type thing.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like murder, and then it's like, oh no, it's fine. There's actually a reasonable explanation, and it's all just like fun.
So, like,
Someone
stoner
fell
comedy,
asleep.
Yeah.
it's a good pick for snowed in for winter, but I just wanted to, like, give it that extra little something. You know. Just so, you know, mine's a better stoner comedy than theirs. I don't know.
The only thing it needs, stoner comedies have like nonsense threads which like weave back in and out through the plot.
Yeah.
So it'd be like they would have a fifth friend that's meant to be there, and he's looking for the cabin, and it would like cut to him, and he's like walking over the top of the snowed in cabin, and be
yeah,
like,
that's
it looks like it's meant to be right here, like right here. Oh well, and like wanders off, and it's like, and it's always cutting back to him, and then he finds him at the end. Like, hey, I got some popcorn you guys wanted. Like, no, we've had enough. Like, that's all you need. Just a few, like, little, like, threads.
There's our B plot. Done. Perfect. Sell it to Aston Kutcher,
I guess.
I guess. Who else is buying? Oh, Seth Rogen, probably. He probably wants a stoner comedy. Just say yes and then say, it's my turn to pick a trope.
Yes. Whose turn is it to pick a trope next, Alex?
Well, it is actually Alex's turn to pick a trope next.
Shit.
Damn it, Harley. You lied to me. Now I don't even get to go.
Well, I'm the man who
The
does the
tropideer.
talking at the start, so I have the list of the names.
The run sheet, the host. Yeah.
Okay, I have B minus.
What happens if you flip that piece of shit? Yeah, okay. For those playing at home, Alex pulled a piece of paper and there was no trope on it because it was just the other way.
No, but there was writing on it. That's what confused me.
Oh, yeah. That's scribble.
Don't bully my... No, it says B minus. It's like it's
a B movie.
Yeah, it's a shitty
It's a
movie.
poor B movie. That's the genre.
I have conflicting issues because it's snowed in for the winter, but it's a road trip.
No, I think you can do it. I think it can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've already got some juices flowing.
Yeah. That's a good challenge. That's a great challenge.
Roadhouse. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna it's gonna be like a fun, whimsical road trip comedy sort of thing.
Uh huh.
Yep.
And it's a group of friends. So we're gonna have a group of like dudes, and one guy's like in their like mid 30s, late 30s, 40s sort of thing, and they're like high school friends, don't really like hang out too much anymore, and one's getting divorced. Very original, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And so
they've drifted apart and they're reconnecting.
yeah, so like
Yep.
they haven't reconnected yet, but like that's like he's getting divorced, and they sort of show each of their lives, and they're all got their different thing going on. And he's like, I need to go on a road trip and like hang out with you guys and reconnect because my kid or my like wife's left me. So he hires out one of those big van. What are they called?
RVs.
He hires out a big RV, and they're like, all right, we're gonna do like a road trip across America.
Yep.
And they're like, yep, dope. This sounds fine. Like my wives have like begrudgingly let me go. One guy's single and like still hasn't found love, and is like he's the one that like makes all the zany stuff happen.
Mm-hmm.
And they all get in the thing and they like start road tripping, and it starts off good. Like some stuff happens, some emotional stuff. They're sort of like built working through like, you know, like different aspects of their relationships and how they sort of like they've grown, and some of them haven't really grown very much. And it comes to a bit of a fight between one of the guys who's like super happily married and the guy who never got married, because he just keeps going on about like, what do you need it for? It's like completely shit. And he's like no, like there's positives to this as well. And they sort of like it like builds up, and then they go back to like, you were always just a fuckwit at high school, like, and it like develops. And so they just pull over on the side of the road and like, all right, we're just gonna sleep for the night. Like they all go to their beds, and then they wake up in the morning, it's snowed over.
Yep, they're stuck.
Oh no.
Yeah. Snowed in for the whole winter? Is that like...
I mean, mine was for like a day. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be for the whole. It's just like snowed
they're
in.
going to die. And so they're like stuck...
But who do they eat first?
Yeah. Ooh. Going down a Harley track and making it real dark.
Hey, I was redeemed with
it says you fucking body snatching children.
No, Harley thought of that as well. I just agreed.
You're not going to gaslight me. You guys thought of that.
No, I didn't. That was you. All you. We'll go back and we'll listen.
Previously on episode 7 of Surprise Synopses.
Oh, and what if he's got like a young child, like single child that he's got, his wife's not there, and he gets inside of like a really bad predicament, and he's like, oh no, I've been crushed by this elevator shaft or whatever, and the only way out for me is to like body swap with my young child. And he's like...
In a shocking turn of events, it was actually Damien's idea.
All right, that's the sound of me having edited in you coming up with that idea or me being horrendously wrong.
Okay.
Probably the former, never the latter. And Damien was there too.
Wow, that was Alex's idea.
Yeah.
Wow, that wasn't Alex's idea.
No, wow.
They aren't prepared for both.
That was Harley's idea, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, so they're like...
Okay, so wait, who's our main character? Is it the divorced character? That's our protagonist?
Yeah, the divorced.
That's our dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. No, I feel like it's like fairly even. It's like the five...
it's an ensemble comedy.
It's the 5 friends, like they're all
ensemble.
relatively even. Like we start off with the guy, but it sort of realizes they're all on a journey of developing them in themselves.
Can I make a small like suggestion at this point? Just a little like...
Do they kill their kid?
No. Like the way they get snowed in, because they just had a fight, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they're like yelling and they cause like
An
an avalanche. So it's actually all their fault that they get snowed in.
That's
So
smart.
so it's like that tension is actually trapped them.
Yeah, because they're like blame and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, now they're like stuck in this little section, and they have to like work through themselves to like better themselves and like talk it out because they can't just leave.
Yep.
But they're also trying to escape. So they like start using each other's strengths to help get them out. So they have to acknowledge that like, yeah, we're friends and we've like drifted apart and some things don't match and like there's this issues, but like we all acknowledge that there's positives within each other, and like working together and coming back to this group is what caused us to be able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like at the end, like the guy with the husband, like the one that's like happily married and the one that like never got married and like thinks it's all bullshit are like sort of like buddies again and like all that stuff. And it's just like a positive uplifting, like even though you're like, you know, older, like in, you know, if it's like early 40s, like they can still have personal growth and like reconnection within each other.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Straightforward, pretty nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't all have to be fancy, especially when it's like midnight.
It doesn't have to be all twists and turns of
Yeah, no,
tone
that's
changes.
good. I like it. Yep. Done.
Nice.
Wicked. All right. Moving on to our final denomination. Damien.
All right, snowed in for winter.
And not sandstormed in.
It's a heartwarming coming of age. Snowed in for winter.
Okay, all right. At what point in history is this set?
You guys are so mean.
Look, just
You're
a
like
quick side note.
1800s.
I wasn't for this, but now I'm doing what Alex is doing and bullying the other hosts. It's kind of fun. I see why you do it.
Yeah, it's banter. You just don't take it seriously. It's one tear rolls down
Single
Damien's face.
This is what it feels like when doves cry.
Shot through the heart.
And
You're to blame, honey.
You give tropes a bad name.
That's the drum / guitar, whatever goes in there. Do you want me to talk about
Judge Judy's
just
damn
thick
thick
ass
booty.
again? Yeah.
No. I've
Easy.
All
All right.
So this takes place in the modern day.
Don't believe it. Fake news.
Sad.
but
Sad react.
they live in a very historical area where tourists come.
live-
Damn it, Alex,
Yeah.
leave me alone. I'm doing the best I can.
And it's good.
Okay, they actually live in a very rural environment where nothing of historical note has taken place.
Except
They live in
the Emu War.
They live in a no. It's set in America,
Oh.
and they're out in the Mojave Desert.
Okay.
All right, so there's a team of.
Never heard of it.
It's a desert.
It's in California. It's where the Mythbusters did a lot of their crazy shit.
So there is a team of scientists working out there, geologists and climate change type people and whatever. Just a kind of a research team with a handyman, whatever. And they've got some kids who kind of like live on site, right? 'Cause they've got a little like community going, and they're all like kind of homeschooled and whatever.
Also, like
And-
their whole families are there.
Yeah, their families are there, right, on site. So they're out working in the desert and like excavating rock and whatever, and doing their thing. And then the kids are there, and the kids kind of have like a tutelage system. And then all of a sudden, a sandstorm kicks up. Yeah, what? Yeah, that's right.
I'm off it.
Guys, come on! It doesn't have to be snow.
It does snow in the Mojave Desert, though.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm sandstorming.
Okay.
I'm sandstorming. It's a sandstorm. So a sandstorm kicks up, and it's this really like, oh my god, the alerts have gone off. It's a sandstorm. So these kids are like, okay, we have to get to the shelter, and that's where the adults will be, whatever. So the kids get there, and then this random like piece of scrap metal, like a sheet of iron, tears off, and it like severs the cable, which is like kind of guiding the vehicles back to the thing, right? So all the adults are in one location and they're on their way back, and the kids have already made it to the storm bunker.
I have
Okay.
one quick question.
Yes.
So it's like parents, like both parents, like mums and dads are off. Like there's no.
Yeah. There's no adults around,
they're all
right?
okay.
So they have a guardian who was there, but they were like injured in the rush to get there. Like they slipped over and concussed themselves, or they like impaled themselves on a
He's
thing.
rebar.
Yeah.
It's
Some,
always rebar.
so they're kind of like they're there, but they're kind of checking in and out, and they're not really like part of the main play, right?
Yeah.
So it turns out that this our colourful cast of characters are a mixed age bunch.
Yep.
But they're kind of like average, like puberty age kind of thing. And there's like the older guy who's the bully, and you've got the kind of like standoffish, doesn't want to talk ever, just reads in the corner
Loner.
girl.
Yep.
So we've kind of got a breakfast club, but like younger, kind of like mixed bag of lollies,
Yep.
kind of kids. And the storm's really bad, and they're trying to call out, and they can't get a signal because the sandstorm does that, and they're not sure what that's happening to their parents and whatever. So this is kind of like just setting up for our main film. And they're like, well, we're stuck here, and it looks like until this storm clears, we're not going to get
sandstorm.
the sandstorm clears. We're not going to get him in. And also, like, the sand is piling up against the door, so we can't even like get out. Yeah, that's right. Sand is piling
We're
up.
trapped in this sandstorm like we are in this sandstormy
Can we
pitch.
play that sandstorm song?
No.
Digga digga deed, deed digga digga deed. That might be the credits. And so then the bully's like, all right, well, I'm going to get some food, and no one can stop me because I'm in charge now because I'm the bully, and I have,
I'm the biggest.
yeah, I'm rough, and don't mess with me.
Yeah, I can
And-
totally relate to that. You know,
I'm wearing a leather jacket.
And then over time, they're like, oh, well, hey, bully, like, why are you like this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, starts talking about like how he's, everyone expects so much of him because his dad is the site supervisor and whatever, and he doesn't want to be like, just a representative of his dad. He wants to be his own man. So he puts on this gruff exterior, but there's actually like, there's more to him than that. And the kids start to open up and talk about themselves, and like, guy and girl that are about like 13, like maybe start to like each other, and they like kind of like open up about that. And
is it Blue Lagoon?
it might be a bit blue.
What is sex?
Yeah. So there's a bit of like sex and first romances and like an awkward stage of life kind of thing. And
Have you guys seen Blue Lagoon? Did you have to
Yeah.
watch that in school?
No.
I didn't watch it in school. School, no.
we had to watch
What?
it in
It's got
health
sex
class.
scenes in it.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Well, and they're like, sex is like this. You're on an island,
No, it was like I don't.
and then your
know why we
pirate
went.
guardian has a crab in his mouth, and then you dive for pearls, and then you have sex with Jean Triplehorn, and
And you
then
have a baby.
you have a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
No, we did.
I mean, that's generally how sex goes, but
Yeah.
it's
That's the public system.
Oh, is diving for a pearl a euphemism?
you see Harley. When a man. You know what? That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Back to my
Got to
sandstorm.
put your thick in there warm.
Right.
Gotta-
Big mouth.
yeah. You're the man, Harley.
What are you going to do?
Can't believe you did nothing with the euphemism bit, Alex. I thought that was like I was setting you up for gold.
Me.
Diving for pearls.
Sometimes it's just too easy.
Oh, sure.
Don't pick the bottom fruit.
Don't dive the easy
We had
pearls.
a talk.
Don't dive the shallow pearls, as they say.
Right, sure.
So they have some dialogue and there's some heartwarming tales, whatever. And yeah, the bully kind of really does a 180, and after he's kind of revealed his why he's so standoffish, is much more open to their friendship and whatever. And they form like an unlikely clique, and somewhat similar to the Snowden Winter road trip. They're like, wait a minute, like you read lots of books, right? So you know about like how long Sandstorm should last, and
You
like
know about the whole Harry Potter trilogy.
yeah.
Trilogy?
Whatever. What do you do for more than 3?
A series?
Okay.
I mean, there's 8 films, so you could call it an octology. But there were 7 books, so you could
Seventology.
A septology. S-E-P-T.
I'm not a doctor, all right, Harley? Continue, Damien.
No, but I...
Thank you, Alex. Yes, Harley. Maybe I will continue my pitch. So they then they band together because they realize that so that we need drama for the second act. So turns out the bunker's actually like not stable, and it's like it's air vents of not cleaning the air, and it's a danger, and they'll might asphyxiate. So yeah. Oh, what a day, says the bully. My word. So then they have to like send the little one to shimmy up the air duct because he's the only one small enough to like reach the thing, and the
Gets his hand chopped off and everyone cries.
And the bookish but he gets a hook, so it's fine.
Arr.
And he's
Am I pitching this?
so the little one's always like kind of like role playing, and he's got like a set of tongs with him, and that's his sword, and you know he's off in Fantasyland. But then he uses all these little utensils to actually like service the thing when he's up there. Like so it's handy that he's got all those things. And then the bookish one is like knows about like air quality and
storms.
And so she kind of like guides him through it, and the bully is like strong enough to like reach the vent and break it open and hoist him up and whatever. So they kind of like use their like different strengths and whatever and work together, and then they kind of get it working again. And then there's like a bit of a time lapse, and then the adults like finally crack open the door, and you can see it's all clear, and the sand's like really piled up, and they're like, "Man, what a sandstorm! What an unprecedented and yet totally legitimately possible event in the Mojave Desert." That is certainly one of the like accepted known risks, and it went for about the duration that sandstorms do. Insert
which is
6 to 12 hours. That might be a massive overshoot, now that I think of it. They probably go for like half an hour. Anyway, this one goes for 12 hours. And they're like, "Hey, kids, are you okay? Oh my God, what happened?" And they're
I
like...
just assumed there was a sandstorm and they got covered in sand. That was my... But it's like, it's just still storming.
Yeah, it's still storming outside.
Okay, so it's just, it's a constant storm.
Yeah.
Not so much that they were buried.
No, the shelter was like half buried. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sorry. I like... There's things that I need to know.
Fair. So they open up, and like they're fine, and they're just like kind of like quietly like chatting and like playing cards, and they're all friends now, and they're like, like
Also, they never, you know how they're like working together to escape that
to fix the air vents.
just to fix the
so they got it working again, so then that's fine. And then they like bandage up the dude, and he's fine, but he's sleeping, and they gave him some painkillers. And then the father comes up and was like, Tony, which is the bully's name. Tony, are you okay? Like, oh my God. Like, and he's like, "I'm okay, Dad. Thanks for being worried. I'm sensitive now." And like hugs him, and he's like, "What's gotten into you, son?" and then the quiet bookish one is like, "I'm glad you rescued me, and I made lots of friends along the way." And they're like, "That's what all we wanted you to do. You're socially not good." And the little one's like,
You're social and not so good.
"Not so good. Why you not make it a friend?"
So Sophie.
And then
Making a friend, talking to people.
And then the one in the fantasy land is like, are you okay? Like, yeah, I went in I explored a magical cave and I was the real hero. And which is like all he wanted
And
really
they're
to.
like, fuck off, Jimmy. You
And they're like, oh, jeez, here.
massive
You've learned.
disgrace for a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, you've learned nothing from this experience. Clearly, you
Your
have
girlfriend's never going to love you.
you have squandered this valuable
She's
opportunity.
like, ew, don't touch me.
And then the couple is like they're actually together now and they're holding hands and it's really cute. They're not like
Parents bash his head in. They're like, don't touch girls.
that's not as sex positive as I was going for. I don't think
They're
don't
like,
touch
"All right,
girls is my.
Use a can, damn.
Oh, and maybe they're like. Oh no! Wait, that couldn't be. Their parents couldn't be in a thing. No, that doesn't get at
Maybe
all.
they're a little bit older. So
No, they're like 13, 14.
13-year-olds are banging.
They're not banging. They're just holding hands.
They're
You said that
exploring what it means
You said
to
it was
have-
Blue Lagoon-esque.
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
No, but-
That was your
Yeah, I asked
idea.
and he said yes.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood exactly what you meant. Okay, so I consented to some of the Blue Lagoon stuff, but
Pearl
but
diving.
not all. Yeah, there's like maybe they'll experiment with
Not
some
the
pearl
incest
diving.
and not the baby and not the sex.
None of that.
Mostly not the incest.
Just the crabs and the pearl diving.
What kind of school did you go to?
Public one.
So did
Truly.
I.
And then they get rescued. And they've all learned something that day, and it's all a real and they've all matured, and they've all like the lesson they all needed to learn. They all learned, and that's it.
Yay!
Roll credits.
Good job.
Tick-a-tick-a-tick.
Nice.
I am the credits.
That's a
Yeah,
nice
just
amount
like
of
Sam's
boxes.
dog.
ticked.
Does anyone have anything they want to like add to that? Any bows they want to tie to it or B storylines?
I mean, I feel like you pretty much got there with everything.
Well, I guess the B line would be the parents getting back.
Yeah, for sure. The parents trying to like rescue them.
Yeah, they can be like, we're so worried about our kids. Not my Timmy. He's a good old mate.
Timmy was the fucked one. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
because they're
know,
like, fuck
yeah.
Timmy. Who cares? We'll make another. No, that was Sophie's parents.
We'll make another.
Sophie, like, she don't talking to people. She probably wasn't in there.
I think you probably do need the B storyline because you don't want to actually think that the parents are dead.
That's
like you
true.
want to know that the parents are totally safe,
Coming.
but they're like, oh, we can't get there until this storm clears and the rover's blown out and
We can have that, but just as a cautionary note, you kind of want to spend as much time in the universe that you're building with the kids.
Yeah.
Because when you cut back to other things, it kind of breaks the going alongness with it.
Sure.
But, yeah. I was a huge fan of the guy getting impaled on rebar because it happens in every American story ever. I liked how they changed the HEPA filter. Very, very good lesson.
I like how
Very valuable.
Timmy's a weird cunt. That's my favourite part.
I liked your version, Damien, of the two teens, almost pre-teens, exploring what it means to have a relationship with the other sex, not just as platonic friends as you've grown up, not Alex's weird incesty thing.
What? I didn't make Blue Lagoon.
It sounds like you did, because you brought it to this conversation, because I've never heard of it before.
No, you'd seen it, hadn't you? Why did you watch it if
what
it
did-
wasn't in school health class?
It was on TV and it had sex scenes.
You like, you turn the volume up.
No, down. I don't want the parents to walk in.
Yeah,
How old
solid.
were you when you watched it?
Young.
Yeah, like young enough that you're like,
Young enough that I was like, if I could sneak sex scenes on TV by
You're
telling my
living
parents
for
it
it.
was like some documentary about tropical islands, then
Yeah,
that was my play. That was my hustle.
I never understand the point of the people that eat cannibals on the other side of the island. Like, why do they even bring that in? They made like this weird B section.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, and like they
right.
never interact. They like go over there at some point for like 5 minutes, and they're like, oh yeah, cool, and then they like, go back.
I guess it's to give it like stakes, like there is a threat, like there's a predator out
But
there.
like they don't ever know. Like there's no. It's never doesn't come about. Anyway, we should probably outro. Hey, Harley.
You're in charge this week, Alex. Do what the fuck
Yeah,
you want.
outro it,
Let's
Alex.
talk for another 20 minutes about Blue Lagoon and the logistics of
I mean,
the movie.
is it a good movie?
No,
Well,
not particularly.
I actually don't know because I only watched it for the sex scene.
You can just fast forward it.
Let's watch it for the plot.
Yeah, there's a lot of nakedness though, like a lot of dicks, a lot of vaginas, just like, and they swim a lot, so it's like.
All right, I've vetoed this. We're not talking for another 20 minutes.
Then they made a sequel with the kid they
No.
have. Yeah, Blue Lagoon 2. The kid
Really?
they have gets restuck on the island.
That sucks.
That's a failure of evolution. Like
That's
the one
disappointing.
thing
And they
you're
and they
supposed to
recast the
learn.
whole like the different actors and everything. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. If
Blue
I was
Lagoon
that kid,
2.
I would be like, I ain't getting on no boats. Okay, I am outroing. No, what did I was calling it earlier? I'm extraing. I'm extraing.
Sure.
You are extra wink.
I am showing
You're
some
stroking.
issues.
Just stroking. Sand stroking.
No, we need to call her an ambulance. She's got a blood clot in her brain.
Oh.
Oh, I don't want to have a...
A stroke?
No, what's it called?
Stroke.
No, the other one.
You know you're having word
An
problems because you've had
aneurysm. I don't want to have an aneurysm.
Well, no one wants to have an aneurysm, but much like the weather, it's just something that happens to
I
you.
don't know. I think I'm about ready.
You've been cooking up a
A few
good
more
strong
hairs
aneurysm.
come out and he's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
more
I've done my
comment
pitch.
from Alex or Harley, and it's aneurysm time.
That's fair. Anyway, so thanks for listening, guys. I know that was probably difficult for you to listen to because I was here and it was difficult for me to listen to.
What
Hey.
was difficult to listen to? Damien had a good pitch.
Oh my god.
Ours were pretty by the numbers, actually.
Yeah, no, I think everyone was pretty
I
good.
mean,
Mine was a bit basic. white
Mine
girl,
was a
but
little tonally shifty, but that was the point.
I've already forgot what yours was. Anyway,
It was
can
a
I just...
stoner
Can I
comedy.
out... Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind.
You
No,
never
it
let me
was hard to
outro.
listen to.
You had to be fair. You've outroed a lot.
I have.
Oh, but I always interrupt.
The last time I tried to outro, I delved back into my Scottish accent and you both had conniption fits.
It was definitely an aneurysm.
All right, if you want to go listen to Harley talk more, which I'm sure everybody does,
Can you say that genuinely?
I don't think she can. I think that was her being genuine.
go listen to...
Rip right here. I'm working very hard.
Yeah, no,
Do you know how many words are in this thing?
He's waving a script around.
There's 35 fucking thousand words in this thing.
I'm sure it's good.
And I have to rewrite them because some of them were good the first time, some of them needed work.
Well, that's called Alex Gabbett's Case Notes, and from what I've heard, it's about a detective who does detecting.
Yep, and it's out now, probably.
You are either listening to this on Spotify, as you should be, which is superior, iTunes, or waterfallstories.com. And there's some... Okay, we've... Harley, who's meant to be the person in charge of this place.
Hey, you're running this. Like, don't host Dob Harley.
There is a poll in the...
Oh, the straw polls, yes.
Yeah, do you want to explain it?
In the episode... No, you're the host. You explain it.
Okay, so in the section
Yeah.
where there's words underneath the thing, depending on how you're listening to this,
Harley, please. Harley, I beg you.
there will be a
Please,
link
help-
to a poll.
help
where
us.
I'm doing great. I'm so sweaty.
You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great.
Doing great, sweaty. Okay, I'm just going to fan myself while I talk.
Oh, can that be our... No, that shouldn't be our first t-shirt. Doing great, sweaty.
Doing
No,
great,
we'll
sweaty.
We'll get a lot of people say that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's a poll. If you can do the link to the poll and then say which what are we calling it? A synopsis? Which
which pitch?
is the best?
Yeah.
All right,
Pitch.
so in the
Pitch,
episode...
bitch. First shirt's pitch, bitch. And it's me. It's just me being angry at Harley. Like little quotes. Me being like, fuck you, Harley.
You pitch bitch.
I think people will find you being angry at me a little hard to believe. It might be a bit of a stretch.
Can you
of the
please
imagination.
re-explain this real quick?
Yes, all right. In the episode notes or in the description if you're listening on YouTube, there is a link to a straw poll. Go to the link after you've listened to the episode, so when you're hearing this bit, because I put a little title with each of the options to explain, whose pitch is which. So just click on one of the options for whoever you think had the best pitch, funniest pitch, whatever criteria you like, and in the future we'll go back and sort of judge each other harshly based on whose pitch was voted the best by you, the audience. So yeah, links in the description. Just click it, check it, poll it, good stuff.
We could do it like an end of season.
A rap
like,
party.
who
We
got-
can do a rap
Oh
party.
yeah, who
A
got
rap
the
party,
most?
yeah. Who got the most? Who's
December.
like on average? Whose pitch was the
We'll
was
do
the
a
best?
3-hour just recap and tally.
I'm sure
Oh my
everyone will love
god!
I
Jeez, how listenable.
that. Yeah.
You can drink doing it.
Oh yeah.
We should drink doing this.
No, we shouldn't. You guys are so off the track. I mean, I am sure.
What?
Bitch, please.
I mean, Damien.
I could be.
point.
I could
Can
be
please
looser.
outro this?
See, this is what it feels like, huh?
Yeah.
When
I know.
doves cry.
But I have the balls to just say shut up.
You want to let this drink? Shame on you, Harley. Come on now.
Okay.
Not for the amount of time
Well, I
she's
was-
publicly admitted
Was I
to being
drinking when I
munted.
met you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or did I drive home?
I don't know.
I
left
don't-
before
I don't
you
know.
did that.
No, I think I was drinking. Yeah, I was drinking because Tom made me drink that stupid wine stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Tom.
waterfallstories.com. Fuck you, Tom. Please send
If you want to write
jokes.
into
Tom's
us
lovely enough.
about
He's the,
what a shit cunt Tom apparently is,
fuck Tom.
You can hit us up on the social
I wonder
media.
which Tom I'm talking about and everything. Oh, also shout out to Nathan again, just in case he's triggered that I said
Pat.
Tom too many
top
times.
bloke, that Nathan.
Hey, Pappy.
Yeah. Feel free to send us messages and tell us things. That'd be super cute and adorable. Feel free to follow me on Insta. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you can find me, follow me. All right.
Our Insta stories.
Goodbye. Is that the outro bit at the very end?
Sure.
Okay. I'm so sweaty.